Hello and welcome to another episode of my Facts and Glitches series, where I continue to showcase some more of what I've learned about GTA 5 in my over 12,000 hours of playing the game and from my awesome viewers. You likely have experienced how easily vehicles can explode when you're trying to land their perfect jump. It turns out that you can easily prevent this by simply being on a hangout with another character.
Would you look out?
For whatever reason, the game makes it so your vehicle can no longer explode from any impacts. My demonstration here naturally avoids any differences in the drop. When you place a bet while playing roulette at the Diamond Casino, it will always show exactly one chip on the table to represent your bet, but actually many chips are used, they just appear beneath the table for some reason. When you repossess Jimmy's car on the mission Complications, you can drive through the window of Simeon's lot backwards. Unsurprisingly, the cutscene does redirect your car in the right direction.
Shit! Oh, shit! Franklin! What the fuck are you doing?
In the past, I talked about how the game files suggest that there was an earlier version of I Fought the Law that involved throwing the drivers off the bridge when you were stealing their cars. It turns out that a reference to this version actually made it into the game. In the release version, after you complete the mission, obviously without throwing any of the drivers off the bridge, on Bleaser you can find Henry Smithy IV, who says, "It's an outrage. The police threw Sebastian off a bridge and took our cars. Daddy's so buying me a grotty now." This does also clarify that probably only one person was to be thrown off the bridge, not two. We like you just the way you are, but let's be real, there's always room for a little improvement, especially in the grooming department. That's where Manscaped comes in with their Beard and Balls bundle to help you be a better version of you this year. Say goodbye to that unkempt beard and scruff with the Beard Hedger, and leave behind that extra hair down there with the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. This isn't your average trimmer, it's a powerhouse packed with features designed to give you the ultimate grooming experience. These blades will trim through your forest with ease, while staying gentle on your most delicate regions. And it's even waterproof, which makes for easy trimming in the shower, which certainly helps with any potential mess. With 3 different comb options, including a fixed length comb and 2 adjustable combs, you have complete control of your preferred hair length. And here's where things get interesting, the foil blade. It glides gently over your skin, capturing even the finest hairs, but let's not forget its companion, the Beard Hedger, the perfect tool to sculpt and style your facial hair. Featuring a titanium-coated stainless steel T-blade, this trimmer means business, whether you're aiming for clean and neat or sticking with some scruff. Ditch the mess of guard attachments everywhere in your bathroom. The built-in zoom wheel offers 20 different lengths, so any possible style you could want. The Beard Hedger is even waterproof, so you can use it basically anywhere. Showing their incredible benevolence, Manscaped even has a 30-day money-back guarantee, which means you can try these products risk-free. So join myself and the over 11 million worldwide who trust Manscaped. Get 20% off plus free international shipping plus 2 free gifts with my code VIPER20 at manscaped.com/dark. Thank you Manscaped for sponsoring this video. If a police helicopter spawns prior to you going into a mission, when on that mission, police helicopters normally spawned by your wanted level will spawn later. Here on Dead Man Walking, for example, the second Michael escapes the building, a police helicopter instantly spawns in the sky to track him down due to his wanted level. However, if prior to the mission you get a wanted level and a helicopter spawns, later in the mission when Michael escapes the building, no helicopters will spawn despite his having the same wanted level. This is just one of the many details that end up being found due to GTA 5 challenge runs. There is a funny little speedrun strat used for the mini-sub mission. It turns out that if you spam F while Trevor is getting into the mini-sub, it won't close the hatch for the sub, at least for as long as you keep pressing accelerate. This results in Trevor being unable to go underwater because the sub is forced to be on the surface. This surprisingly saves 5 seconds in the travel time to drop off the mini-sub, because the more of the mini-sub that is out of the water, the faster it goes because of less water resistance. It just so happens that by having the hatch open, the sub is forced the most it can possibly be above the water's surface. If under normal circumstances you just try and push yourself the most out of the water possible, not only will you at base just be more submerged, but you will also become more submerged over time, as you slowly sink beneath the surface. This is unfortunately only viable as a strategy on the older patch speedrunners use, 1.27, because this patch also has a persistent glitch where there are no waves on the ocean. While you can still perform the trick to keep the hatch open on other patches, the normal waves will eventually push it closed. Down the tracks from the garment factory, there's an electricity box that will launch you into the air if you do a wheelie into it. The number associated with the Ammu-Nation gun stores, 1999 weapons, can obviously be called if you translate the letters into numbers, although all you get to experience is a 40-second jingle before the phone call hangs up. After the Ursula or Liz booty call, any vehicle you brought to meet them would temporarily have no collision, allowing you to phase through it. It's a very strange glitch, as you have to very quickly run in first person to be fast enough to phase through it before it becomes solid again. Recently, Rockstar secretly changed how bikes bunny hop. On the left, you can see the old patch that speedrunners use, patch 1.27, and on the right, you can see a more recent patch 1.70. The comparison shows that Rockstar added a small delay before you can jump again, and you get a lot less air, but the jumps go more forward. The result is that bunny hopping is a lot harder to control at higher speeds, and it's a bit slower. Rockstar seemingly forgot to put proper text on many of the signs in the GTA 5 subway stations. If you look closely, you can see lorem ipsum dolor, which is the standard placeholder text often used to fill empty spaces in a layout that does not yet have content. And it's not just a few examples here or there, it is dozens of examples. Both below and above ground, there's heaps of this nonsense text. And you can see these errors just by looking at it, you don't need any special processing. But perhaps at the resolution of the original release on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, this wasn't possible to see, so it wasn't an issue. The Pisswasser beer bottle when consumed as a snack costs $4 a bottle, but the bottle as a weapon costs $300 in ammunition.
Oh, swing that buddy around, huh?
Repeatedly robbing the same 24/7 store results in a special scene of the store owner remembering you and the cops quickly appearing and surrounding the building, suggesting they were lying in wait to catch you in the act.
You again!
You're a total moron.
You again!
Okay, empty the register now. And now go fuck yourself.
Oh shit, you crazy,
Come
man!
on,
Crazy!
empty the register now. Piece of shit.
You crazy,
Come on, empty the.
Shit, you crazy,
Come on. Shit, cops!
On the mission Trevor Philips Industries, normally you are prompted to go to Chef to see a small cutscene where he throws you a grenade launcher.
Come over here, man! I got a better weapon for you! You want a better weapon? Get over here! Here, take the 40 mil. Shit! More of them!
This cutscene and interaction is actually entirely skippable if you just go pick up the grenade launcher yourself. As you already have the weapon, Chef will just not mention it.
Another car!
When you're being chased by the police, if there is a police helicopter near enough, you can activate cinematic mode and see through the camera on the helicopter. Honestly, this is actually surprisingly hard to do. Cayo Perico, the only new area Rockstar has added to GTA Online in over 10 years, has many oddities around and beneath its water that few ever get to see. For example, west of the map, right below the two small islands, you'll find a submarine wreck. Under the southwestern tip of the island, there is a whale skeleton. Around the southmost point of the map, you can find a military ship and tank wreck. In the northwestern part of the map above the airfield, you can find an FIB plane. East of the northern dock, you can find a passenger plane crash. Along the beach with the abandoned pier, you can find a beached whale. Along the same coast of the beached whale, in an opening behind the two small islands, there's a human skeleton with drugs. At the most western point from the northern dock, there is another whale skeleton, but this one has an alien egg. At the most eastern point of the map, there's a meteor. Off the northern coast, there's a paddle boat wreck. Alongside the southern coast and drainage tunnel, there's a bunch of dead bodies. The Loch Ness Monster can be found in multiple locations. This is the one around the northern dock. If you attempt to approach, there will be an explosion and it will disappear.
Captain, I do not want to worry, but there is something out there. Long-range scanners are picking up something big. On the surface, from movement patterns, I would say it is... Never mind. It is an old friend of mine.
For some reason, this disappearing act is actually just the Loch Ness Monster being thrown under the map.
Captain, I do not want to worry.
Near the security checkpoint above the main dock, there is a dead shark. Near the semi-islands between the main dock and the guest party, there's a helicopter crash. North of that helicopter crash, you can find the Partygoer skeleton. Interestingly, having the same backpack as Michael had on the mission friend request. On the small island west of the main dock, you can find medieval armor. At the southeastern tip of the island, you can find this random shelter. And just down from the communications tower, you can find this steel cage. So that's the end of the episode. Thank you for watching. If you think you know of anything that would be of interest to this series, feel free to add it to my Discord. I hope you're all doing well.